What up, guys? Gangster Prankster bringing you a brand new episode of Hashtag the Best Universe on YouTube. Some more WWE 2K14 Universe. Welcome back. I know it's been a while. I want to apologize for that. There shouldn't be any more long periods of time without Universe. I had some family stay over. If you listen to the News Weekly Wrestling Review, small plug for that video. I talked about how I had some family over, and then I just got kind of lazy and stuff, and just a lot of mistiming on some stuff. So I apologize for that, but we are back, hopefully with an awesome brand new episode, and I hope it's awesome because this is going to be the final episode leading into those 3 huge pay-per-views. So of course the next couple episodes are going to be Judgment Day, Guilty as Charged, and TNA Genesis. Well, WWE Judgment Day, ECW Guilty as Charged, and TNA Genesis. Those will be the next 3 Universe videos that'll be coming out. So this is going to be the final episode, so we're going to be doing a lot of building up towards those pay-per-views. We've already announced the majority of the matches for the pay-per-views, but ECW and in a couple of the other shows, there's still matches that we have to announce. ECW probably has the least amount of matches announced so far. I believe we only have 2 compared to like the other cards where we got like pretty much the whole cards laid out besides a couple matches, but you probably know what some of those matches are if you're paying attention towards the storyline. So yeah, so we're going to be announcing a bunch of those matches. We're going to start out with Judgment Day and then work our way there. So Judgment Day is looking pretty solid in my opinion. How many matches have we announced? Let me just take a look. Okay, so we have 7 out of 9 announced. We're going to be announcing the other 2 matches during this episode of WWE, and then we're going to go through the whole card at the end. So let's just jump right into the action, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be happening, and a lot of stuff to talk about, of course, leading into those pay-per-views. So let's just jump right into it. First, we have our first match. First, we have our whatever. The Miz taking on Chris Jericho. Of course, this all started a couple weeks ago when Big Show turned on Jericho and aligned himself with Miz, who recently turned him on his partner, R-Truth, and had a little feud with him. So they ended up coming together, and they are now the Show Miz. And yeah, so, you know, of course, they've been having some issues with Jericho. Jericho not too happy he's being dumped for the Miz. Like, the Miz? I'd be angry, too, if I got dumped for the Miz. But, lucky guy, man. He's got a real hot babe of a wife. But anyways, that's you know, some side talk. So anyways, today, or last week, we had Big Show versus Chris Jericho, and I believe Big Show won with the help of the Miz. I don't remember, but I think Big Show won. And it probably with the help of the Miz. So this week we're gonna have the Miz taking on Chris Jericho. Of course, Chris Jericho wanting to get some revenge on the Miz for being dumped for him. So let's get right into this match. Let's see who's gonna win, and yeah, so let's see who's gonna win. Miz wins, big win for him again, probably with the help of Big Show. Of course, it's 2-on-1 in this type of situation, so. Big win for him. We're actually going to be queuing up 2 videos, so let's cut to them, and we'll talk about them in just a second. Show. You turning on me is the worst decision you've made. Wait, no. You dumping me for the Miz is the worst decision you ever made. It's okay, though. You guys are perfect for each other. But don't think I don't have something planned up my sleeve. I have another partner in mind, and you guys will get to meet him at Judgment Day. Alright, big videos there, guys. First, we had the Miz and Big Show attack Jericho after the match again. Of course, they did this last week as well. And this time, Jericho cutting a promo after the match, challenging them to a tag team match at Judgment Day, saying he's got a partner lined up that he's going to get some revenge on them with. So who's this mystery partner going to be? We'll have to wait till Judgment Day, but this is another match confirmed for Judgment Day. Show Miz in their first tag team match ever, taking on Chris Jericho and a mystery partner. You thought I was going to tell you? Fuck no, you're going to have to wait for that. There's going to be a couple surprises at these pay-per-views. I believe... I'm looking at it right now, hold on. I believe each pay-per-view has a little surprise, so it's going to be exciting. I'm really excited for these pay-per-views because two things. One, there's going to be a couple surprises and stuff, and two, you know, we're kind of getting out of the whole WWE 13 stuff. Like, a lot of the stuff was kind of grandfathered in. A lot of those things, like carrying over storylines from WWE 13 to 2K14, and this pay-per-view is going to kind of like, okay, we're kind of going to leave WWE 13 in the past now and kind of start brand new with 2K14. It's going to be a Genesis. That's why I named the TNA pay-per-view Genesis, because it's going to be a Genesis. It's going to be a new coming. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited for it. So yeah, so another match announced for Judgment Day. Next, we have the WWE Tag Team Champion Santoshi taking on the World's Strongest Tag Team. Of course, these two teams are going to be in action at Judgment Day, but not against each other. Of course, Santoshi is going to be defending their WWE Tag Team titles against the Hellraisers, and the World's Strongest Tag Team will be taking on the People's Champs, Rock and Cena, in their respective tag team matches. But I decided to switch things up, so in this match we got Santoshi versus the World's Strongest Tag Team, and another match we're going to have later on in the show is going to be a huge tag team match, the Hellraisers taking on the People's Champs. So, did a little swap. I did a little swap there. I don't know if swip is needed in there. Well, I'll just say swap, whatever. Even though it makes probably no sense at all. But that's alright. None of this probably does. So yeah, let's jump into the match. Let's see who's going to win. Are the WWE Tag Team Champions going to go in with some momentum to Judgment Day? Or the World's Strongest Tag Team looking to make an impact? Of course, they're looking to make an impact taking out the People's Champs, but they can make quite an impact here if they defeat the champs. So let's see who wins. Wow, big win for the Tag Team Champs. Wow, I was not expecting them to win. Fucking damn. That Yoshitatsu, he looks so fucking good. He probably carried the match. But that is a huge win. I really did not expect them to beat Mark Henry and Biggie Langston. But fuck yeah. This is why they're the WWE Tag Team Champions. Alright. Let me just check if we have a video. I do not remember. No, we don't. Okay. Next match, we have Fandango taking on Steve Blackman. Of course, at Judgment Day, Fandango is going to be in a hardcore match against Shane McMahon, the current hardcore champion. And it's going to be a title match. So Fandango will have his first hardcore title match against Shane McMahon at Judgment Day. Should be exciting. They've been having some issues for the past couple weeks. But right now, Fandango has a pretty tough opponent in front of him, taking on the Lethal Weapon. I almost called him the Man Beast, but that's Rhino. The Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackman. Let's see if the hardcore ballroom dancer can take on the Lethal Weapon. And he can. Big win for Fandango. I was not expecting him to win either. I'm like, you know, Steve Blackman is like an Extreme Rules match. He's probably got this in the bag, but wow, that's fucking awesome. Alright, so Fandango wins. We're going to be queuing up 2 videos, I believe. Let me just make sure. Yep, 2 videos. So let's cut to those, and we'll talk about them in just a second. So cue them up. Undertaker, in just a few days, we go to war. The battle lines have been crossed, and I have my finger on the big red button. It will be a fight to the death, but let me ask you something. How do you kill someone who's already dead? See you at Judgment Day. Alright, big videos there, guys. First, we have Fandango attacking Steve Blackman after the match. Shane McMahon making the save for his friend Steve. And, of course, just building towards that match that they're going to be having at Judgment Day. And another couple matches that are going to be happening at Judgment Day, seen by the man who just made an appearance, Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. They're going to have some big matches at Judgment Day. I kind of named Judgment Day for that paper, or for this match solely. Was Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker. Super excited for that match. Just Bray Wyatt cutting a promo, doing what he does best. And of course, also at Judgment Day, we're going to be seeing his cronies, the Wyatt family, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, taking on Abyss and Sting in a tag team match. So a bunch of matches there. Judgment Day, like I said, looking pretty solid. So yeah, that's about it. Next, like I said earlier, we had the World's Strongest Tag Team taking on the WWE Tag Team Champions, and now we have their rivals in a match here. This is actually a pretty big, gigantic match here. The Hellraisers taking on the People's Champs, or the People's Champs. I don't know what's I don't think I pronounced that right, but I think I did. I don't know. It was in my head. I thought I said something else. But we have a big match here. So Kane, Stone Cold, and the People's Champs. We're not going to be playing this one, sadly, because we have a lot of matches to get through. But yeah, so let's actually see who's going to win this match. I'm hoping for the Hellraisers, honestly. Actually, you know what? I'm not too picky about who wins here. So let's actually see who wins. Wow, the Hellraisers win, beating the People's Champs. That is a huge win. Probably, with the help of the World's Strongest Tag Team. They probably got involved and, either took out The Rock and Cena, kind of building towards their match. But that is a huge win for the Hellraisers, showing why they are the #1 contenders for the WWE Tag Team titles. And they'll get that shot at Judgment Day. A WrestleMania rematch, might I add. So, big match there. And, of course, our main event, a gauntlet match. I believe this is the first one that we're going to do. It's going to be Ryback taking on 3 members of Evolution, Batista, Ric Flair, and Randy Orton. The Intercontinental Champion, Randy Orton. We'll talk more about these 3 in a second. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be our main event. We're actually going to be playing this match. And yeah, so let me just set it up, and then we will break it down. Normal. No. It's been a while since I did this, so give me a second. Okay. I think we're good. We'll turn entrances on, sure. So yeah, here's our main event. WWE Champion Ryback taking on Evolution members Batista, Ric Flair, and Intercontinental Champion Randy Orton. Of course, Ryback and Triple H will be having a match at Judgment Day. Triple H being the #1 contender for the WWE title. Playing mind games with Ryback for the past couple weeks. Of course, Ryback finally got some revenge last week when, he was constantly getting attacked from behind, and he finally got to exact some revenge onto Triple H. So, nice here. And he's going to be taking on the members of Evolution. We'll see if he can make it through all 3 of them. And then he'll get to take on Triple H at the big pay-per-view. And yeah. And let's talk about Evolution for a second, because they had a big segment last week. Of course, last week we had the return of Rated RKO for one night only, and they took on Batista and Ric Flair in a tag team match. And of course, during that match, Orton turned on Edge and cost him that match. He didn't really want to do it. He told Edge, he's like, I don't want to do it. I'm happy with Evolution. Get over it, blah, blah, blah. But Edge, stole the Intercontinental title and was like, hey, I'll give you your title back if you do this. And that's the only reason he agreed to it. And, of course, turned on him in the match, DDTing him and then putting Ric Flair on top of him. So, and then they beat the shit out of him. So, yeah, I don't think Edge is too happy about that. He's probably going to be watching this match quite closely. And yeah. So should be an exciting match. And here comes the Animal Batista, the Muscle, for the Evolution faction. I like this layout that they did. You know, they have Batista come out first, kind of beat up on Ryback, and then if he loses, you got Ric Flair come in, the dirtiest player in the game, kind of work him down some more. And if he manages to make it through Ric Flair, he's gonna have to take on, you know, former WWE champion, current Intercontinental champion, Randy Orton, who's going to be nice and fresh, while Ryback probably won't be. So, nice little layout here. We'll have to wait and see if it pays off. So let's get right into our main events for WWE. Like I said, the final episode, and then the next couple, we got the pay-per-views coming up. And then after that, there's going to be a lot of announcements of these pay-per-views now that I'm thinking about it. And, yeah. Luckily, I still remember how to play, I think. I can reverse. I think I should be good. I don't know. Just setting up the menus. I'm not too familiar with them. So I'm going to have to... I don't know if I want to go balls out, because I'm going to have to wrestle 3 matches here. Okay, so I'm going to pace myself. This is probably not going to go the way I want it to. Okay. Nice reversal. So far, so good. Never mind. Okay. As long as I can reverse absolutely everything that he throws at me, I'm A-okay. This would actually be an... Actually, no, never mind. Now that I actually thought about it. I was going to say this might be an interesting match to watch in real life, but I'm like, I was actually thinking about this when I was putting together the show and stuff. I was like, you know, Ryback in my universe is the WWE champion and a top guy, but like in WWE, he's in a tag team, and I don't think they're really doing anything too hot, so that was just kind of weird. I thought it was weird, I don't know. Just like I have him as a main eventer, and then WWE has him as like a jobber. And then we just had the return of Evolution. They returned at what's it called? Fuck, what's it called? Extreme Rules. Jesus, totally forgot the name of the pay-per-view. I'm also a little behind on my wrestling, just a little bit though, you know. Like I'm about to watch Elimination Chamber. That's how far behind I am. So. It's nice though, cause then like I can see what, like I kind of keep up with the current products, not too much, but a little bit, just like the big storylines, and I can kind of like, you know, look back on it and then see what they've done and be like, oh wow, that's totally stupid, you know, like this doesn't make sense. Like the whole I made a comment on it on the newest weekly wrestling review. Another plug for it. I'll stop plugging it. Oh shit, I was going for the meat hook. Like at the Royal Rumble, you had God damn it, he's not letting me fucking do it. Okay, here's my last chance. Meat hook! Alright, hold on. I'll get to the story in a second. Okay. Now, if I'm lucky, this will eliminate him. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Okay, so at the Royal Rumble, you had Orton and Cena for the WWE title, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then during the match or after the match, you had the Wyatt family come out. And, oh, here comes Flair. And, so they come out and, like, you know, taunt Cena or whatever. I don't remember if they beat him up or whatever, but they definitely, like, taunted or something. They did something, right? And then, like, leading up to the Elimination Chamber, they didn't fucking do anything together. It's like, okay, you know, Cena's gonna go do the Elimination Chamber match, and then the Shield and the Wyatt family are gonna feud, and it's like, why would you even do that? Like, it make no sense. Like, Cena doesn't get any revenge on them after, or anything, so it's, oh god. So I just thought that was dumb, especially looking back on it. I mean, I think they're still feuding, or they bluffed the feud at Extreme Rules. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's just kind of dumb looking back on it. Okay, he's gonna be this kind of asshole, just going for the pins. I honestly didn't think I was going to make it through Batista. I'm like, okay, Batista's just going to absolutely wreck me, and then I'm fucked. But luckily I... Of course, I shortchanged it. And here's the dirtiest player in the game doing what he does best.
Ryback with a reversal. And that's a stiff kick. The reversal from Nate.
Okay. Keep it up, Ryback. You're the man. And we got lots of stuff happening on the show. I didn't really talk about what's going to happen on this show. I just said, oh, it's going to be a good show. We got a lot of stuff planned because of the pay-per-views and blah, 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 blah. But I'll kind of break it down right now. So, of course, we already saw what's going to happen on WWE. On ECW, we're going to be building up a lot towards Guilty as Charged because, like I said, we haven't announced pretty much any matches. We've just announced 2. We announced the tag team title match, Impact Players versus International Airstrike, and the 3-way Sandman, Dreamer, and Raven. That's all we announced. So we have a lot of matches to announce for that pay-per-view, and that will happen on ECW. We also have some good matches on there. Our main event's going to be El Generico taking on Seth Rollins one-on-one. So, exciting little main events. And the rest of the members of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're going to be in action. We have Kevin Steen taking on Roman Reigns. And El Generico is going to be taking on Rollins. Steen's going to be taking on Roman Reigns. And then, Dean Ambrose, he's going to be taking on Goldust. And a bunch of other matches and stuff. So, some exciting stuff there. And then on TNA we have we're gonna have more World X Cup. We're gonna have the CM Punk World Challenge thing. We're gonna have the JBL and AMW versus LAX big blow off match that was supposed to be at the pay-per-view, but there's too many matches, so I decided to cut it. And what else do we have? Just a bunch of other stuff, you know, building towards a Genesis and stuff. Oh, we have a big segment that I'm excited for, involving Sheamus, kind of building towards his Goldberg match. You'll have to wait and see that, but I think a lot of people are gonna like it, so look forward to that on TNA. The Sheamus segment. That's what I'll say. So, look forward to, oh god, I got a red. No! Is that his signature right there? Yes it is, alright. So, a lot of good stuff on and I think it's, did I mention the CM Punk World Challenge thing? If not, that's going to be happening on this episode too. And yeah, so Sheamus segment, World X Cup, Sheamus segment, World X Cup, CM Punk, the Alberto Del Rio JBL thing, and some other good stuff. So, it's going to be an exciting show. I'm excited.
These athletes seem to have tried the official continuing his count toward 10.
Now he's got the figure 4 leg lock, which I'm not too worried about because, you know, it's going to be working on my legs. Come on, do it. Or not.
And will this be it?
Okay, I got the meat hook. We'll nail him with it. He's probably going to counter into something. Oh, no, he didn't. Wow. We're actually going to pin him. We'll try and save the... Fuck, I don't remember Ryback's finisher. The, what the fuck is it called?
I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next. Right, left,
I do not remember what his finisher's called. The, his finisher. You know, that move. I was gonna save it for Orton, but meh, it's not gonna happen. The shell shock, god damn it, I couldn't think of it. All right, boom! Is he gonna go through Flair? 1, 2, 3, and he does. Now the Intercontinental Champion, the Viper, Randy Orton. Can he make it through him as well? Probably not, let's be honest.
Randy Orton is set.
I'm already beat up to shit. I can't. I'm pretty much done.
Do you believe in those words? Well, I know Randy Orton believes it. And let's face it, it's hard to argue with success. And Randy Orton.
Oh god, not this.
He has the win-loss record.
Resiliency, bitch.
He has a path of destruction to prove it.
Okay, let me do the comeback. I fucking knew that was coming. I think I'm done. Oh, there goes my comeback. Come on, let me do it. It should not count during this move, because this is long as shit. And it does. Awesome.
And there's another one of those great moves from Rand. There's a cover.
Okay, we're actually going to be queuing up a video to end out this match. Okay, we're actually going to do it now. So we're going to queue up a video. It's going to lead to the end of Raw and into ECW. So let's queue that up, and we'll be right back. Randy. It's sad to see that we won't be performing Rated RKO. I was really looking forward to it. But now, all I'm looking forward to is kicking your ass and taking your IC title. See you at Judgment Day, buddy. Sabu, last week you got involved in my business. Are you angry that I took out your friend RVD? Don't worry. Because a guilty is charged, I'll make sure you'll be joining him. 3MB, week after week, you rockstar wannabes have been attacking me after I kick your asses. I appreciate the Wolves trying to help me, but this is something I have to do. So a guilty is charged, I'll be taking on all three of you in a handicap match. Alright, lots of videos there, guys. Let's talk about them. So, of course, to end that match out, we had Triple H come out, throw Randy Orton a chair, and help him defeat Ryback, kind of weakening him up for Judgment Day. So, big win for Orton there. But it didn't stop there, because after the match, you had Triple H and Orton trying to attack Ryback again, beat him down some more with the chair. But Edge comes out, makes the save. Of course, he's not too happy about Orton turning on him. And then, of course, after that whole ordeal, he challenged Orton to an IC title match at Judgment Day and said, hey, I'm going to take away the thing that means the most to you, and that is the Intercontinental title. So, bam, there is the final match announced for Judgment Day. Should we go through the card now or, like, later on in the show? I guess we'll save it for the end of the show. We'll go through all the cards, so, but bam, that's the final match announced for Judgment Day. Edge versus Orton, Intercontinental title grudge match. Can't wait for it. Pretty stoked. Okay, so that's it for WWE. Again, like I said, we'll talk about the Judgment Day card at the end of the show. But overall, I thought it a pretty decent little show. Alright, now we are moving on to ECW. And two big matches announced for Excuse me, I got to get Judgment Day out of my system. It is Guilty as Charged. So 2 big matches announced for that. First, Jack Swagger challenging Sabu to a match. Of course, that whole ordeal started a couple weeks ago when Swagger and RVD had a match for the ECW TV title in a rematch from Unforgiven. And, of course, Swagger defeated him and then brutally attacked him after the match. And, of course, Sabu and RVD are buds. So when he saw Swagger trying to take a Great Khali like he did RVD last week, he made the save and attacked Swagger. So, of course, Swagger saying, hey, if you want to suffer the same fate as RVD, that's fine. Let's do it at Guilty as Charged. So, big match for Guilty as Charged. Sabu, Swagger, TV title match. Also on Guilty as Charged, we are going to have Michael Elgin taking on 3MB in a 1v3 handicap match. So, of course, Michael Elgin's been having a lot of issues with 3MB for the past couple weeks. It all started with Heath Slater beat him, and then, they came out, jumped him, beat Jinder Mahal, came out, jumped him again, beat Drew McIntyre, and then attacked him again, and then the Wolf saved him, and that led to the match last week. But Elgin's like, I can handle this by myself, and he is going to handle it by himself at Guilty as Charged when he takes them on 3-on-1. So 2 big matches announced for Guilty as Charged already, joining the ECW Tag Team title match, Impact Players versus International Airstrike, and Raven, Sandman, and Tommy Dreamer. So speaking about the American Wolves, we're going to be announcing 2 matches that are going to be special attraction matches. So joining those 4 matches that we just talked about, we are going to have 2 special matches that don't really have any storylines going into it. Kind of like the Jeff Hardy Shawn Michaels match that's going to happen at Judgment Day. Just a special little match. ECW is going to have a couple of those. So the first one that I want to announce is going to involve the American Wolves in a special tag team match. And they'll be taking on the returning... Oh, there's my bottle cap that I dropped and lost. The Briscoe Brothers. Yes, the Briscoe Brothers. We haven't seen them since Barely Legal, where they lost the ECW tag team titles to the Dudley Boys. They'll be making their return to ECW, taking on the American Wolves in just a special little tag team match. These teams have never faced off against each other for as long as they've been in the company. So, special match for ECW Guilty as Charged. Another match that I'd like to announce for Guilty as Charged, a special, like I said, another attraction match, is going to be a 4-way dance. I believe this is going to be the opening match. It might not be the opening match. It's going to be one of the opening matches, but it's going to be a 4-way dance. It's going to involve Kofi Kingston, Roderick Strong, Matt Hardy, and a secret person, a special debuting person that will be joining ECW. He'll make his debut at Guilty as Charged in the 4-way dance. And I haven't decided who it is yet. Like, I have a couple names in mind I'm narrowing it down to. All I will say is that whoever it's going to be is going to be a heel. Because that's what we need in ECW right now. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be a heel, whoever it is. So, bam! 2 more matches on top of those already 4 matches announced. So, Guilty as Charged, shaping up to be a pretty good pay-per-view. Alright, so let's finally get into some of these matches. First, we have Dean Ambrose versus Goldust. A couple weeks ago when, the Shield, or Seth Rollins more specifically, took out Vader and had him fired. The week after, they came out and rubbed it in Kevin Steen's face, and then Steen was just like, he kicked Rollins in the gut, and they held him down and slapped him and beat him up, and they were going to beat him up some more. But Goldust and El Generico made the save. And then, of course, last week, big 6-man tag match. And then Goldust and Generico and Steen, they actually beat the Shield in the main events. So that was a fun little match. So we're going to have 3 special matches on today's ECW. Dean Ambrose versus Goldust, Roman Reigns versus Steen, and, of course, our main event, El Generico taking on Seth Rollins. So can't wait for that. So let's get into our first match here. Dean Ambrose taking on Goldust. like this is gonna be like a best of 3 series. I don't know. All the Shield members are gonna be in action against Goldust, Steen, and Generico. Let's see which team's gonna have more wins. So let's see our first match: Goldust versus Dean Ambrose. Let's see who's gonna win. Dean Ambrose wins. Big win for him over Goldust. And yeah, nothing more to say. Just a big win for him. Next, we have Austin Aries and the Kings of Wrestling, aka the Triple Threat, going to be taking on Zack Ryder and the Usos. Past couple weeks, they've been having some issues with the BWO, the Blue World Order, and that's all we'll say about that. We'll talk about that more in just a second. So let's actually queue up this match, see who wins, and then we're going to be airing 2 videos after this. So let's see who wins. Wow, the Usos and Zack Ryder, big win for them. There's a lot of interesting ECW tag teams right now that are just on a roll. You got International Airstrike, the Usos, they've had a bunch of big victories. Who's the other one? BWO, they've had a lot of big wins. So I'm excited for this ECW tag team division once we start doing more stuff. And then, you know, we have the American Wolves versus the Briscoes at Guilty as Charged. So I'm excited. We got a lot of good stuff. So let's actually cue up the video and we'll actually talk about what I was going to talk. Actually, 2 videos, and we'll talk about more about the BWO triple threat situation. So cue them up and we'll talk about them in just a second. Dreamer, Sandman, you 2 pathetic losers have been a nuisance in my life for way too long. And at Guilty as Charged, I take out 2 birds with 1 stone. Alright, huge video there. The BWO kind of taunting the triple threat after losing their match to Zack Ryder and the Usos. And we're actually going to confirm another match for Guilty as Charged. Of course, these 2 factions have been having their issues for the past couple weeks. So we are going to let them go at it at Guilty as Charged. Some more faction action. We're going to have the triple threat, Austin Aries and the Kings of Wrestling, taking on the Blue World Order. I'm super excited about that match. I think it's going to be a good one. So, bam, another match announced for Guilty as Charged. And, of course, the other video was Raven cutting a promo on Tommy Dreamer and Sandman, saying, you know, he's going into a 2-on-1 battle, but he's going to come out of this battle victorious. So, can't wait for that 3-way at Guilty as Charged. Alright, next we have Roman Reigns versus Kevin Steen. Of course, earlier we saw that Dean Ambrose had a victory over Goldust. Let's see if Kevin Steen can pull a win for his side and defeat Roman Reigns. Let's actually see who wins. Kevin Steen wins. Big win for him. Big win for the former ECW World Champion right there, defeating Roman Reigns. Alright, next we have International Airstrike and Sabu taking on the Impact Players and Jack Swagger. Of course, these teams are going to be going at it at Guilty as Charged. Of course, we're going to have Swagger and Sabu for the ECW TV title, and then we're going to have the Impact Players taking on the International, or not the International Airstrike, just the International Airstrike for the ECW Tag Team titles. And one thing that I noticed here is, like, you got some old school ECW guys versus, like, the new blood. Like, you got the International Airstrike and Sabu, you know, the young and the old. And then on the other side, you got the Impact Players and Swagger. Just a lot of fun. I like the mix match of, like, you have the legends of ECW and then, like, the newer guys that are part of the company. And I don't know, I like that mixed match. So yeah, anyways, so they're going to be going at it here, so let's see who's going to win and kind of gain some momentum for their team going into Guilty as Charged. Swagger wins. Big win for him. This guy's been on a fucking roll as of late. You know, he's got 3 wins over RVD, a win over El Generico. You know, he's the ECW TV champion. He defeated Great Khali last week. You know, he's going to be facing Sabu at Guilty as Charged. This guy went from 0 to fucking 100. Because, like, I remember in WWE 13, I don't think I did anything with Swagger, honestly. He was just kind of if I needed a match, a four-way dance, let's fill in the card, I'd throw him in there. But he was never in anything meaningful. And then, in fucking 2K14, first episode, we have him and RVD. He defeats RVD, then he defeats Generico, then he defeats RVD for the TV title, defeats him again in the rematch, beats him up. And yeah, I don't know, another star has been built for ECW and Jack Swagger over here. So, I'm taking his reign seriously because, he's definitely proven himself winning all these matches. So I'm like, I gotta put some fuel in his jetpack to help him out a little bit. And, yeah, I'm excited to see his match against Sabu at Guilty as Charged. So we'll have to wait and see. And, of course, our main event, Seth Rollins, the current ECW World Heavyweight Champion, is going to be taking on the masked luchador El Generico. And this should be a good main event for ECW. I'm excited. We're actually going to be watching this match while I read some comments. Let me set this bad boy up. We're going to make it epic. We're going to turn entrance on. We're going to put this on slow. I want a nice, long, good main event. And let's pick the weapons. Steel chair, bat, kendo stick. Hold on, do I want a guitar or the bats? We'll go with bat. Alright, that's gonna be it. So this is our main event for ECW. Seth Rollins, El Generico, one-on-one. Let's see who's gonna win. Of course, let's bring it up again. Of course, Dean Ambrose, he's got to win for his side. Kevin Steen, he's got to win for his side. Let's see who's gonna be the deciding factor for whoever wins. So, we just talked about a bunch of matches for Guilty as Charged. Sadly, we don't have a world title match yet, or a main event even. So, there might be a special little video happening after this match. We'll have to wait and see. But Guilty as Charged, you know what? I'm excited for it. We got a lot of good matches. We got a lot of good matches on each pay-per-view, but I don't know. I'm excited for all of it, honestly. There's a lot of good stuff happening. There's a lot of good stuff that I've planned to happen after. And yeah, I hope people are excited. So let's get into these comments, because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of things to talk about since it's been a while. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Let me actually pull them up. I don't think all the comments showed up. I think it's glitched again. I have two comment things opened up, so I'm going to be switching back and forth in case there's like one comment that shows up in one area and not in the other. So excuse me if I take long in asking and answering a question. So first question. Will Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose be teaming up in your universe? They will be eventually. As of right now, their main thing is they're in a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff's been going on. With Steen and Goldust and Generico, and then before that, Scum. So they've kind of been busy and haven't been able to tag as of yet. I mean, tag as in like maybe go for the tag team titles. I mean, we've seen them a lot in like 6-man tags, but not like a 2-on-2 tag team match. We definitely will see them tag in the future. So look forward to that. They will be. They'll definitely be tagging in the future. Which one would you kiss, kill, fuck, marry, and hug? I don't even know why hug is an option, but whatever. AJ Lee, Funkadactyls, Eva Marie, Emma, and JoJo. Okay, so I'm gonna kill JoJo immediately. I guess I'd kiss Emma. I would, so I got fuck, marry, and hug. Who the fuck do I want to hug? I will hug the Funkadactyls, I'll fuck Eva Marie, and I will marry AJ Lee.
I think what we could see here is
what
a
else do we
classic
got?
chess match between these guys.
Pretty cool Ultimate Warrior moment was when he body slammed Andre the Giant. Sorry for the loads of comments. I don't even know if all your comments are going to show up, honestly. I hope so, but no promises. And yeah, a big thing that happened on the last episode of Universe was Warrior dying, and I was like, yeah, hey, send in your favorite moments of him. And God, I'm still shocked by that death, man. It's still fucking like, god damn, I don't know, but it's sad to hear, but life must go on. It's still really sad. But yeah. JBL is the Zeb Coulter in your universe. Not really. He didn't bring up the race stuff. It was more LAX. You had Conan. Like, oh, you gringos, blah blah blah, have everything given to you and all that shit, and we gotta work for it. And JBL's just like, no, we had to earn everything we got too. It wasn't handed to us. We had to earn it. So I don't know where we're coming from. That's a real American. You work and earn for what you get. So there's no. I don't feel like he comes off as Zeb Coulter. He's just kind of defending working class Americans. So yeah. But I can see the similarities. What the fuck? Hold on a second. Which one would you fuck, marry, kill? Or fuck, marry, kiss? Hold on, we're gonna have to kill someone if you're giving me these options. Fantasia Barrino, Jennifer Hudson, and Jennifer Lopez. I have no idea who the first chick is. Fantasia, whoever. Jennifer Hudson, is that the chick that's married to David Otunga? David Otunga, I'm sorry. She's the only reason he still has a fucking job in that company. Jesus Christ. Okay, so kiss, fuck, marry. I'd fuck Jennifer Lopez and then probably kill the other two. Actually, you know what? Fuck David Otunga. I'd marry his goddamn wife, because apparently she is super successful, and I could get a job with WWE. And then, I don't know. Hold on. We'll Google the other chick. Fantasia something. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. No fucking idea who she is. Not even. I'm looking at her. I'm like, I don't fucking know who this person is. I'm sorry that I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know who it is. Here's how oh, we got a long one here. Here's how I look at it. Yes, I wanted Taker to retire with the streak since it's his streak, but I like Lesnar beating the streak since he's the most legit guy. He's faced the UFC champion, IWGC heavyweight champion, NCAA division champion, and the youngest WWE champion ever. It adds more to the streak that Undertaker could beat everyone but Lesnar, since he's the most legit guy in wrestling history. This beast, this former UFC champion, he has faced, and there's no shame in losing to him. No one could lace up Brock Lesnar's boots. And Undertaker wanted Lesnar to end the streak, so there's no need for others to complain about Lesnar ending it. And to look at it in this perspective, who would you rather want to win, Cena or Lesnar? Because those are the two options I would have. If those were the two options, I would have had Lesnar. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think people, the whole WrestleMania streak, it was special. It's a special moment. You knew it was going to be a good match, and Taker, he's coming up on his retirement. He's going to retire eventually. Just look how fucking old he is. Jesus Christ. He looks older than old. Like, goddamn. Like, I think he's like 50s. You know what? I'm actually going to Google or Wikipedia that. How old is the fucking Undertaker? Because he looks like death. Honestly. I want the Undertaker Wikipedia. God damn it. He's 49? Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit. He is 49 and he looks like death. God damn. Wrestling has not been good to him. Jesus Christ. Well, he looks like shit. And, okay, yeah, the whole Lesnar thing. I think that's kind of died down now. Like, the whole him beating Undertaker. I think in the heat of the moment, that happening at WrestleMania is like, holy fucking shit. You know, that's incredible. Not incredible. I don't know. Some people probably thought it was incredible. Some people were like, what the fuck did they just do? It's definitely a moment that will go down in wrestling history and WrestleMania history forever. But just the reactions alone were awesome, you know. So I don't know. It's good and bad. Like you brought up some good points. You know, I don't think anyone's gonna argue that. Yeah, Lesnar was probably the best choice from like a realistic point. Like, yeah, he's UFC, NCAA, blah blah blah, and you know, I don't think people mind that. They just don't care. You know, they just want, you know, they like Undertaker. You know, they've grown up with Undertaker. They want to see him go out with the streak, and that was pretty much it. Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't have wanted him to lose, and if I had to pick someone for him to lose to, I don't know who it would be. You know, I think a lot of people would say Kane. I don't know if I'd agree with that. I don't know who I'd have beat him, you know? I would probably say, if anybody, Orton in like 2001 or whatever, when he took on Undertaker. That would have been someone I'd pick. I don't know. I always wanted Chris Jericho and Undertaker at WrestleMania, since they never really had a feud. You know, why not make their first feud like a special one at WrestleMania? The promos would have been good, the mind games would have been good, and I think the build-up to the match would have been really good. And the match itself probably would have been, you know, decent. So that's what I wanted to see, but yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see that now. I think it's Sting Undertaker next year, and then goodbye Undertaker, I think. I don't know. It should be interesting how they fill the void of like not having, because like that's something they can always rely on. Okay, we're putting together the WrestleMania card. All right, we can already assume Undertaker's going to be in a match, and then we'll fill in the rest of the 7-8 matches. But now that he's not going to be there anymore, it kind of fills or opens up a spot for other guys to do something. So, or them to bring in, you know, an Austin or a Rock or somebody. So it'll be interesting to see how they fill in that position. So, yeah. All right. Oh, I didn't pick anybody. Like, if I were to pick someone to beat Undertaker, I don't know who it'd be. Well, I said I'd pick Orton from 2000 or WrestleMania 21. But other than that, like someone current day, I don't know if there is somebody. You know, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have anybody. Good episode, or hashtag best universe on excuse me, let me start over again. Hashtag best universe on YouTube. Good episode, enjoying each brand. Looking forward to seeing more of Goldust in the future. Always enjoyed him, even if he was a douche to me on Twitter a couple years ago. We're gonna need a story on that. Please link the story. I want to hear this. This sounds great. For me, Undertaker and Sting wasn't a big match for me, simply because, excuse me, I know the match would suck itself, and now with nothing on the line, I don't see it being very important unless it would be a retirement match. I agree. Even then, I don't think it's that big of a deal, because they're like both at the end of their careers, so they're like both going to retire. Anyway, so as for you doing Minecraft, I'm not a fan of the game, so I probably wouldn't watch. It was crazy hearing about Ultimate Warrior dying just a day after his speech on Raw. I never saw anything of his really, so I don't really have a favorite moment. I'm more in your boat too, where I didn't grow up watching Ultimate Warrior. I just know Ultimate Warrior from like the video packages and, you know, the stories you hear about him. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say him and Hogan at WrestleMania 6 or whatever. Probably be my favorite moment, even though I really didn't watch it, but I know it was special and it happened in Toronto and, you know, that all that stuff. But Other than that, I don't really have any special moments of Ultimate Warrior myself. So I'm glad you're enjoying the show. We will be seeing more Goldust in the future, and I'm excited for it too. And please tell the story of how Goldust was a douche. I'm probably hyping it up. Probably like you asked him something, and then he was like, "Fuck off" or something. I don't know. Hopefully, it's a better story. Lie too if it sucks. But yeah, I could see you probably you might have caught him on a bad day or some shit. You know, I don't know. And then the Undertaker Sting match. Yeah, like it's lost its allure now, man. It's nothing. it's this shit. It's not gonna be special. It fucking is not going to be. I hope they don't do it. I don't know. Well, I hope they do it and then they're both gone. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what kind of match it would be. Would it be just a regular match? Like, how would they build it? Oh, these were the two biggest stars in each company, and now they're gonna face each other for the first time. I guess that's how they would build it, probably. I don't know. We'd have to wait and see. Hold on, give me a second. I'm bouncing through both of these comment sections. Okay. Can you play The Room? I've never heard of the game, so I'm not too sure. I'd have to do some research on it. I'll do it after. Do you think that CM Punk, JR, and William Regal would make a good commentary team? Speaking of 2008 GM mode, I don't know how... That was a crazy jump you did there. Is this a good team? Speaking of 2008 Raw vs. SmackDown. It's alright. I'm currently playing. I'm at like 23%, and I'm only in September. I put it on Legends, so I have the most of the big names, but Mick Foley, The Rock, and Jeff Hardy quit on me due to no title shots. Other than that, I'm doing great. I never had anybody quit on me. I had a lot of injuries when I played GM mode, and a couple people were unsatisfied. I don't think I ever had anybody quit on me. Is that a thing? Could they quit on you during the show? Because that's awesome. I never liked putting on the Legends when I played GM mode. I'm just like, you know, because it's like Rock, Austin, Mick Foley, all these big names. I'm like, you know, I don't want to do that. I felt like it was cheating, you know? Because like everybody, because I think they did hype up your popularity if you were to have those people. But yeah. Anyway, so back to your question, and I'm gonna answer this, and then we'll end ECW and talk about all this stuff. Do I think that CM Punk, JR, and William Regal would make a good commentary team? Yeah, I think they would. I think JR and William Regal, they did some stuff on NXT, and that was really good. Sadly, you know, they didn't have JR there too often. They brought him in for some special main events. Like I remember he commentated the match between the Rollins and Jinder Mahal for the NXT title to crown the first ever champion. And he did some other stuff, but, you know, of course he got released and stuff like that. And so I would have liked to see more Jim Ross, because it was special. It was nice hearing him. It was refreshing. You know, because he sounds different. Like, all these other guys on fucking NXT, I don't know who's speaking. You know, they all sound the same. Alex Riley, that fucking black guy, I don't remember his name. I think it starts with a B. Fuck, it's like on the tip of my tongue. I don't know, whatever. Him, Alex Riley, the other guy, Todd Phillips, they just all sound the same. And, I don't know, it was just nice because they have, like, a very old-school perspective on it because they've been around for a long time. And, like, whenever you hear Regal commentate, you're like, yeah, back in my day, you know, fucking Johnny Saint or whoever old English wrestler he referenced. It was cool. I enjoyed it. And same thing with GR. And then you have CM Punk there, and then he's saying some witty stuff, and I think it'd be pretty entertaining. So that's it for the comments, at least for right now. We're going to end ECW. So Seth Rollins with a big win over El Generico. we're actually going to be queuing up we're going to be queuing up 2 videos to end ECW and then 1 video to start TNA. So let's queue up those videos and we will talk about them in just a second. Rollins, it's time to finally put an end to this feud. You've taken my title, my group, my friend. There's only one of those things I can take back. At guilty as charged, I'm looking to regain my title, and I'm not going down without a fight. Scott Steiner, you cost me my shot at the TNA World title. At Genesis, we finally get to fight each other. And after I'm done with you, I'm setting my sights on the TNA World Championship. Hogan, at Genesis, I'm coming for my title. But this time, none of your NWO cronies are going to be able to help you. Both of us are going to walk into that Hell in a Cell, but only one of us is walking out as champion. Alright guys, now we are moving on to TNA, but before we talk about TNA, let's talk about those videos real quick. So of course, to end ECW, Rollins winning that big match, not satisfied with that victory, trying to take out El Generico after the match, but Kevin Steen coming out and making the save for his friends, and throwing Rollins out of the ring, and then cutting a promo challenging Seth Rollins to one more match for the ECW World title at Guilty as Charged. So let's officially announce it, the main event of Guilty as Charged, Kevin Steen versus Seth Rollins, the rematch. And a lot has happened since that first match. You know, that first match, Kevin Steen was the fucking devil, the most evilest person in ECW. And, you know, Kevin Steen was the devil and all that shit. And then Seth Rollins, that red hot baby face that came and defeated the evil giant. And now, like, the shoe's on the other foot. You know, the Shield have come in and cleaned House of Scum and all that stuff. And yeah, so bam, the big main event for Guilty as Charged. And let's announce another match for Guilty as Charged. The Shield, the other members of the Shield, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, will be taking on Goldust and El Generico in a tag team match. So all those matches will be happening at Guilty as Charged. We'll go through the card after TNA, but pretty solid card if I don't mind me boasting my own achievement. And of course, to start out TNA, we had Daniel Bryan and Bret Hart cut promos on their opponents. For Genesis, of course, Daniel Bryan's going to be taking on Scott Steiner at Genesis, and Bret Hart will be taking on Hulk Hogan for the TNA World title in a Hell in a Cell match at Genesis. So interesting matches there, and yeah, so let's jump into the show. Yeah, because I don't think there's anything else to talk about. No. Okay. So yeah, let's just jump right into TNA. So our first match here, Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, and Gunner, a.k.a. the Rude Brood, taking on former TNA TV champion Eric Young, current TNA TV champion John Morrison, and Samoa Joe. This all started a couple weeks ago when John Morrison and Eric Young had their TNA TV title match. After the match, we had Bobby Roode come out and attack them both. And then, of course, last episode, I think it was Eric Young versus Bobby Roode. And then it was Eric Young versus Bobby Roode in a one-on-one match. And then after the match, the Rude Brood tried to jump Eric Young, but Samoa Joe and John Morrison made the save, so that's what's going to lead to this match. And we'll actually talk more about this match in a second, so let's actually see who wins. Or, you know what, let's actually talk about the match right now. So this is actually going to lead into a match at Genesis for the TNA TV title. It's going to be a scramble match. So the participants in that match, it's going to be 5 participants. Of course, we're going to have the TNA TV champion, John Morrison. We're going to have the former champion, Eric Young. We're going to have Bobby Roode. We're going to have Samoa Joe. And of course, the last participant is going to be an interesting one. Of course, we have Del Rio and LAX taking on JBL and AMW in a 6-man tag to end their feud. The winner of that match is actually going to be the 5th person in that scramble match. So we'll see who's going to be the 5th person later. But as of right now, Eric Young, John Morrison, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, and a mystery, either Del Rio or JBL, for the TNA TV title in a scramble match at Genesis. So, big match there. So yeah, let's see who actually wins this match. Samoa Joe and his team win. Big win for him. Are we going to be seeing a new TNA TV champion at Genesis? We'll have to wait to see. But the odds are not looking good. You got 4 different opponents, and he doesn't have to be pinned to lose it. So it's going to be an interesting match. Next, we have the World Challenge thing. It's a little early. You know, I kind of swapped it with something else. And as you can see, he's going to be taking on Vladimir Kozlov from Russia. So yeah, interesting opponent. Of course, he had Kenta last week in a somewhat disappointing match. It was actually very disappointing. Not somewhat. It was very disappointing. So hopefully he can have a better match with Kozlov here. But yeah, so big match. Let's actually play this and see if CM Punk can continue his worldwide challenge thing. Alright, alright, I think we're good. So yeah, let's just jump into the match. CM Punk versus Vladimir Kozlov from Russia. I forgot to do the hype for it, like, okay, his opponent is a former WWE Tag Team Champion, and that's it. I think that's all his accomplishments were. He debuted. It was very disappointing because he sucked. You know, he had that thing. He had some matches with Triple H and Jeff Hardy and Edge, and I don't know. He was in the WWE title picture around there, and then he like did nothing, and then he went to ECW and had a faction with William Regal and Ezekiel Jackson, who was on the World Challenge as well, and then he did that, and then he started teaming with Santino. I don't know when, but he did, and I think they defeated the Nexus for the titles, and then I think he got released. I don't think they ever broke up. They got released, and he got released, and that was it. So, yeah. Kozlov representing Russia. I think this is our first Russian... I don't think we've had overlapping people from, like, different countries. We've had, like, Japan, Puerto Rico, Guyana. I forgot which one. I think it's Guyana. That's where Ezekiel Jackson's from. Then we got, like, Ireland, and it's a nice wide range of places and people. Oh, that's bullshit. I reversed. But if there's one person I hope doesn't win this thing, I hope it is not Vladimir Kozlov. What a random person that would be to be on my universe and part of the TNA roster. Vladimir Kozlov. I come to the WWE. I remember when he cut those stupid-ass promos. I think that was around the time Mike Adamle was actually with the company. That's some bullshit. Let's go, Punk. Let's go. Yeah, even though he comes off as a babyface throughout all these matches, he's still a heel. You know, there's nothing that made him babyface. The last thing that he did was the whole Bret Hart thing. And then there was this. So he's still a heel, even though he comes off as a hardcore babyface, taking on all these challengers. Nice reversal, Punk. Now, luckily, I didn't have CM Punk quit on my universe. He was like, you know what? No, I thought about quitting. But, you know, your universe is thebomb.com. So, oh, shit, I just got a kick in the face. It's thebomb.com, so I'm not going to quit it like some other place. And I was appreciative. I was like, that's very nice of you, Punk. I'll give you a little push for it, for not quitting. I think Kozlov is just beating my fucking ass right now.
The drama. This is electric. Nicely avoided there. What an impact from that kick.
Jesus Christ. The Moscow. I think they called him the Moscow Mauler, I believe. Oh, am I going through a table? No. I gotta play this carefully right now.
Oh no. Wait a minute, Cole. What's he gonna do here?
Yeah, take an elbow to the face.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, no.
Okay. Come out. Come out, you bitch.
Hey, get down from there. Don't make me come get you. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, a swing and a miss. I can't believe we missed that. I was like, oh my god. He is kicking my ass. He is destroying me right now. Take that kick to the head. Okay, beautiful. Oh my god, I timed that perfectly for nothing. Whew, I thought I was going to eat a headbutt right there. God damn it, he's reversing everything.
These guys are giving it absolutely everything they've got.
No, Kozlov! Oh my god, I might lose right here. Get up, get up! No, I didn't want my comeback. What the fuck? Whatever. What's the other button? No!
That was a
bullshit! Kozlov, just fuck off. I'm gonna try my comeback. Oh my, I think I just lost. No! No, I can't lose to Kozlov! Oh my god, no, this is the most disappointing. This does not count, if this counts. Oh my god, I'm the best! Best in the world! Channeling CM Punk right now, fucking, I can't believe I made that. Whew! Can you fucking believe that? I just came up clutch! Oh my god! Fuck off, you piece of shit! No, don't pin me! Whoo! No! God! Fuck your headbutts! Oh god. Please don't let me fucking lose to this asshole. I'm gonna brawl on the outside. I can't take this right now. It's too fucking stressful and it shouldn't be.
Come on now. Those are hey, get down from there. Don't make me come get you. Yeah, like you're gonna do anything.
Okay. Oh my god, stop reversing, you piece of shit.
Great reaction.
I might win by count out right now. Fuck, this guy is whipping my ass. Boom! Where's my signature? Ugh, come on! Give it! Please! Oh my god. If I win by count, or if he wins by count out, it doesn't count. Oh. Okay, awesome.
I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next. This is his chance.
Okay, fucking amazing. I'm just gonna wait. I know he's gonna counter me soon. Okay.
I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far.
Okay, there it is. There's the counter. Let's go. Come here, big boy. Woo! Come on. Please beat this fucking asshole.
you see that knee?
I don't care about this fucking replay. Please pin him. 1, 2, 3. Holy shit. I think that was the closest fucking the World Challenge thing. Jesus. I can't believe I made some of those fucking kickouts. Oh, man. Yeah, look at him. He's like, I can't believe I fucking won. Holy shit. Best in the world! Yes, you are. Holy shit. I felt it, too. I channeled him. I was like, I'm the best in the world. Fuck, yeah. Let's go, Punk! Alright. Big win for Punk. I honestly didn't think I was going to make it there. Yeah, talk shit. Fuck you, you Russian asshole. Go to sleep. Bitch. I wouldn't say that if he was standing up. Alright, so that's a huge victory for fucking CM Punk. Alright, so, I don't think there's actually any videos we're gonna queue up. No, okay. Alright, yeah, so let's move on to the next match. Let's go. Hold on, wait, let me just fucking check something. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're gonna exit. And then, yeah. It's a big victory there. And another match I'd like to announce for TNA Genesis is CM Punk. He's going to be having a World Challenge at the pay-per-view. So, it should be a big match. We'll have to wait to see who his opponent is. But, yeah. Actually, there's going to be a lot of secret stuff or surprises at Genesis. We're going to... Actually, this kind of leads into our next topic. The Rosie and... whatever, we'll jump into it in a second. Hurricane and Rosie, the winners of the first Gut Check, will be in action for the very first time. They're going to be taking on Too Cool. Let's see who wins. Is Rosie and Hurricane going to have a successful debut match, or is it going to be a defeat for Too Cool, or by Too Cool? It's going to be a defeat. Wow, big victory for Too Cool. Sad to see them losing their debut. But speaking of Gut Check, guys, we're going to be announcing the next 2 participants for Gut Check at Genesis. I'm super excited for at least one of these guys. I'm super excited. This is a guy I've wanted to bring in for a while. And yeah, so we'll announce it officially at TNA Genesis. And yeah, so you'll get to see both those names at Genesis. Alright, next we have JBL and the America's Most Wanted taking on LAX. Of course, big stipulation here. Whoever wins this is going to be put in that TNA TV title scramble match. But besides that, these two guys, teams, whatever, have been feuding for a pretty long time. I'd say ever since Bound for Glory. JBL and Del Rio, after that, Del Rio attacked him and all that stuff. And then AMW kind of got involved because they had a match. They made their debut against LAX at Bound for Glory. And this kind of just got combined all together. And yeah, so they're finally going to put the feud to an end. And let's see who's going to win and fill that last spot for Gut Check. Or not Gut Check, the TNA TV title match. I apologize. It is going to be JBL. Big win for him and America's Most Wanted, defeating LAX. So yeah, let's officially announce that match. John Morrison, Eric Young, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, and JBL will be fighting for the TNA TV title in a scramble match. And don't think I forgot about America's Most Wanted. It's a big victory for them as well. And they will be viewed as top contenders for the TNA Tag Team titles. So, big victory for them, and this feud has finally come to an end. So, big win for them. Next, we got some World X Cup action. Vampiro, Doug Williams, and Super Crazy are going to be wrestling in a 3-way First Blood match. Now, I know it doesn't say First Blood match, but that's a stipulation you got to set up, whatever. So, this match is actually going to be worth 10 points. And so we got Team UK, Team Canada, and Team Mexico. I believe these are the only teams that don't have points yet. Let me just double check. I think that's why I actually put them in this match, just because they don't have points. Team UK, Mexico, and Canada, yeah, they have no points. So one of these teams is guaranteed 10 points. So let's actually see which team is going to get 10 points for their respective team. It is Team Canada. Big win for them. Vampiro winning the first blood match and winning his team, Team Canada, 10 points. So now Team Canada is in second place with 10 points. Of course, in first place is Team International with 15 points. And Team Japan and Team US have 5 points. And then Team Mexico and UK have a whopping 0 points. So, big victory for Team Canada, finally having some points on the board. Of course, we already announced it that the World X Cup guys are going to be having a match at TNA Genesis that's going to be worth a lot of points. I think it's going to be 25 points. I think it's either, yeah, I think we're going to go with 25 points. So whoever wins is going to get 25 points. I still haven't decided on the match. I'm thinking between 3 matches right now: a World X Cup, or a ladder match, a Hell in a Cell match, and an Elimination Chamber match. I want to save the ladder match for like the very last match that they have that's worth like maybe 50 points. I'm thinking about an Elimination Chamber match, and then the Hell in a Cell match. I don't want like 2 Hell in a Cell matches on the same pay-per-view, because of course the main event's going to be a Hell in a Cell match. So those are going to be the 2 or the 3 matches, but I don't know which one I'm going to pick, so we'll have to wait for that. But there definitely will be a World X Cup match at Genesis, and it will be worth lots of points. Okay, next we are going to be airing a video regarding Sheamus. Sheamus is going to be coming out and cutting a promo, so we're going to be cutting to that video right now, and let's cue it up, and we'll talk about it in just a second. Goldberg, I'm not waiting for Genesis. Let's have this match now. Wow, Goldberg, I see you've been working out for our match. So how about it, Goldberg? You ready for a match tonight? I'm always ready. You're first. Alright, guys, huge video there. Gilbert coming out. Okay, so first Sheamus issuing the challenge to Goldberg, saying he's not going to wait till Genesis, and he's going to come out and embarrass Goldberg tonight. But Goldberg didn't come out. It was actually Gilbert coming out. And obviously this was a setup by Sheamus to come out and embarrass Goldberg by bringing out Gilbert. And yeah, I you know what, I thought of this idea, and I'm like, dude, it's gonna be awesome. We get to use Gilbert. Like, when's the last time someone brought up Gilbert? And just having him in my universe, I just think it's fucking hilarious. So we're gonna have a short little match with Gilbert, and is this things to come that we're gonna see in at Genesis between Sheamus and Goldberg? We'll have to wait to find out, but just dominating Gilbert. And Gilbert, just a dominating force, losing, 604 matches in a row or something like that. Something crazy, I don't know. But this is just the death of Gilbert. And let's see, bro kick for him? Nope, because that's not my signature.
It's been so physical. Goldman looks to be in really
oh my god, Gilbert with the neck breaker, the most devastating neck breaker in sports entertainment, followed by a huge elbow. Oh, and then Gilbert eats the mat. Alright, let's go for a bro kick. Is this what we're going to see at Genesis? The Celtic Warrior taking on Goldberg. I don't really know what his name is, but here's his nickname. 1, 2, 3, and Sheamus makes quick work of Gillberg. Gillberg, just like your career, this moment was short but sweet.
Here is your winner, the Celtic Warrior.
Alright. It's a nice little short match just to get the point across. We're now going to be queuing up 2 videos. We'll talk about them in just a second, and we'll jump right into our main event. So, let's queue those up and see what our main event is. Jerry Lynn, ever since you came back to TNA, you've been a pain in my ass. I just want to be left alone. Then you accuse me of trying to run you over. As much as I hate you, I'd never try and take you out. But at Genesis, we're gonna end this once and for all. Alright, 2 huge videos there. First, Sheamus going to attack Gillberg after the match, but Goldberg making the save and helping, little Goldberg out and, just sending a message to Sheamus that he can play all these games, but when it comes down to Genesis, he's bringing the A game, so can't wait for that match. Super excited. And this little segment got me even more excited with Gillberg. I don't know if we'll see Gillberg in the future. Probably not, but yeah, just to fucking throw him in something was fun. So, rest in peace, Gillberg. Alright, and last but... Oh, no, I forgot. The other video. AJ Styles challenging Jerry Lynn to a match. For the past few weeks, they've been having some issues back and forth. And then, when Jerry Lynn almost got hit by that car, he confronted AJ, said, "Hey, were you the one that tried to run me over?" AJ's like, "No, I didn't even know that happened," and Jerry didn't believe him, and then he attacked him last episode, and AJ's just like, "Hey, I didn't try and run you over, and we've had these issues, so let's finally end it. Let's get in the ring. Let's get physical. Let's beat each other up." And that's exactly what they're going to do at Genesis 1-on-1. Jerry Lynn taking on AJ Styles. Alright, so now we are on to our main event. The NWO taking on Christopher Daniels and London and Kendrick. Of course, at Genesis, we are going to have an X Division title match between Six Pac and Christopher Daniels. Of course, Six won the ladder match at Unforgiven to become the #1 contender for the X Division title, so that leads into that. And Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. I forgot how the whole London and Kendrick Nash Hall thing started. I think it was what was it? It was like Nash and Hall came out and attacked someone, and they made the save, and it's just been building ever since. So those two will go at it for the TNA Tag Team titles at Genesis. So 2 big matches there. Genesis shaping up to be a pretty good pay-per-view. We'll go through the matches in a second, but yeah, let's jump into this main event. I'm going to be reading some more comments, questions, concerns during that, and then we're going to wrap it up. So let's okay, bada boom. Realest guys in the room. I think that we'll throw entrances on, whatever. And I think that's about it. So let's jump into our main event. So I'm just gonna start reading comments while all that stuff goes on. Alright, next comment. What do you think about Sting signing a contract with WWE? Honestly, no surprise there. It's the best move for him financially. I know TNA offers him a good deal for very limited work, but with WWE, you get more exposure. You know, they're probably going to release a DVD of you, and then you can have a match and all this stuff, and you'll just end up making more money eventually. But he could always go back to TNA and then maybe even ask for more money. Like, hey, I just came from WWE. I'm kind of a hot deal. You know, give me some more money. But I don't think he's that kind of guy. But he could do that. But him signing a contract with WWE, I'm honestly just surprised it took so long. Honestly, he would have been smarter to kind of capitalize when actually I don't know, cause like the whole invasion thing was a flop. So I guess he was good that he didn't do that. But I don't know. I personally don't care, honestly. So staying with WWE, cool. If not, I think he would consider it a regret never going to WWE. So he did it. That's it. What are your thoughts about Chris Sabin leaving TNA? That's a big loss for TNA. Chris Sabin has just been on the decline ever since he came back from his injury, though. Like, when he came back, he like won the X Division title, cashed in, became the TNA World Champion. He was champion for like a week and a half, and then he lost it right away, and then he became X Division champion again, then a heel, and then a bunch of just random stuff. It just didn't. There was nothing consistent of it. It just seemed like they were just. Oh, this week he'll be a heel. Oh, face, world champion, X Division champion, tag team champion, and I don't know. His world championship reign was very, very disappointing. I honestly don't even think they should have put the title on him. Looking back on it, but it's whatever. And then him leaving TNA. I don't know if he left, but they definitely didn't re-sign him. So maybe I don't know. I think it's a big loss for TNA just because like he's an original, and honestly, there's not many more left. There's Bobby Roode, there's Eric Young, James Storm, Kazarian, barely I think, and then like who else? Abyss. I'd throw Abyss in there, and I don't consider Joe a TNA original. Like the other guys, they came in like before. TNA was pretty big. Joe came in like when TNA was kind of getting big, and I think he was a big part of them becoming big, but I don't really consider him a TNA original. Like, he is, but not to the extent of like an Eric Young or Abyss or Kazarian, who've been there since like, the Nashville Fairground days, so, yeah. So, but, a big loss seeing him go. I don't think he'll be going to WWE. Maybe some stuff in Ring of Honor. I think that's more likely. And yeah, but it sucks to see an original leave the company. Do you like Eric Young as champion? Honestly, not really. I honestly don't know where that came from. I thought he was doing. I don't know. It just, he was doing this thing with Abyss, and then just out of nowhere, he got like thrown in the title picture. Like, I'm not up to date, so it might make sense, but looking like, from where I'm watching to like now, it's just like, what? He was with Abyss, and then he's world champion? What? Am I watching the wrong show? Like, I don't know. I don't really like it. I mean, the guy deserves it because he's been there for so long, and I don't know. He's been through so much stuff character-wise. Good guy, bad guy, not being used for like 8 months. Oh, he comes back. Oh, gets married to ODB. This, that, blah blah blah. He's been through a lot of shit. Like, just nothing consistent in that company, and now he's a top guy apparently. I don't know. I don't like it too much, honestly, but yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't really like it. That's my opinion. I did like Magnus as champion. I thought he was doing a pretty good job, but it's time to end that. And I don't know if Eric Young was the right person to beat him. I don't know. All right, let me check these comments to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, I think we're good. I think Owen Hart would be the fifth one. It's so crazy and sad us losing the Warrior. I won't forget seeing it on Twitter 10 minutes when it hit social media. It's really creepy. In the last promo on Raw, what he said about everybody's heart beats its final beat. Every person takes their final breath one day. Finally, my favorite thing about Warrior wasn't wrestling. His videos on YouTube really helped with my life. Rest in peace, Warrior. So he is more than wrestling for you. You know, you had a personal connection to him. You know, he helped you with whatever you were dealing with, or, you know, whatever your situation was. So yeah, that probably affects you more than, you know, the casual wrestling fan who's just, you know, a fan or whatever. So yeah, it's a very sad thing. Apparently AJ is going to be on the cover of the January 2015 Playboy issue. I highly doubt that. I don't see that happening. She doesn't seem like the person to do that, and especially if she's going to be with WWE, that's not going to happen.
Oh no, right on the steps.
Can you help me? I want your help to make a great universe mode on SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 on PS2. You know, a lot of people ask me how they can make their universe better. The same thing I keep saying is use people that you like, and as long as you're doing that, then, you know, the rest will come easily. But just use people that you're going to enjoy using, and like I said, the rest comes. You say total horse shit a lot. I don't think so. I'll take everyone's word for it, I guess.
Got out of the way of that. What a decapitating lariat.
What are your thoughts on TNA right now, and who do you think should take the title off Adam Cole? Okay, my thoughts on TNA right now. You know, like right now, it seems like a mess, honestly. You know, from where I'm watching right now, which is like just a little before lockdown, it seems things are good. But just me reading the spoilers and stuff for like stuff current TNA, you know, they have this whole carnival thing with like Mike Knox and whatever, and then this new guy Bram with Magnus. I don't know. And then MVP's a heel now, and apparently Bobby Lashley and Kenny King, they're all a faction of heels. I was just like, what? I don't know. It seems like a total clusterfuck that doesn't make sense. And, yeah, and the whole MVP thing makes no goddamn sense. He comes in to make change in TNA, and then, you know, comes in, wants to make change. Dixie Carter, the evil owner, whatever. Okay, gets rid of the evil owner, Dixie, and then he becomes the evil owner and wants to be the TNA World Champion. Oh, that's so great. That's very entertaining. So yeah, I don't know about that. And then the whole Bully Ray, Bobby Roode, Dixie Carter thing. I don't know. Apparently that's a big deal in TNA. I'm not familiar with the storyline. Then you have the whole Willow thing, and that's just whatever. What else? The whole Samuel Shaw thing. I think he's dead now. You know, he's like. I think that storyline with Ken Anderson was a way to just get rid of him. So I think he's gone now. We'll have to wait and see. What else? The X Division is, what, Tigre Uno and Sonata and Zima Ion. I think that's about it. I don't know. It just seems to be a clusterfuck of a mess. But I don't know. That's just from what I read. Like I said, I'm not up to date with watching and shit, but from what I read and the videos I watch on their YouTube channel after they're done their show, it's just, whew. It seems like it's back to a shitty weekly product, which I hope not, because it was on a roll for quite a long time, and I don't want to see them go back down that hill, because, God, they dig themselves such a deep grave when they do it. It's fucking ridiculous. And who I think should take the title off Adam Cole? Well, you got a lot of interesting options. You know, you got, I would say Chris Hero a couple months ago. I don't think I'd say that anymore. You know, a name probably everyone would agree was like Michael Elgin, because he's like been chasing the title for too long, or for so long, whatever. Hopefully, he, you know, if he's gonna beat Cole, hopefully he does it soon. So like, he's not like fucking Samoa Joe in TNA where, you know, he's chasing the title for such a long time, then he finally wins it. No one gives a shit. So yeah, hopefully that happens, or that whatever. If they're gonna do that, I'd like to see AJ Styles win it, honestly. Just because he's a Ring of Honor original, and you know they could do some interesting stuff as him as champion, and then you know whoever would beat him would be a top guy. Kevin Steen's another one, where you know the fans love him so much, and even if I'd compare him to like a CM Punk right now, CM Punk before he quit, where it's like, okay, even if he's like having a feud with, you know, Ryback or Curtis Axel, the fans are still gonna love him and support whatever he does. And I think Kevin Steen's in that same thing where, you know, he could have a feud with who's someone on the lower thing of Ring of Honor. He could have a feud with like BJ Whitmer, and you know the fans would still care. And so maybe a potential, you know, second run as world champion. I don't know. I think Michael Elgin's probably a top runner for that, but I think Steen's a close second. So that, but I you know what? I like Adam Cole's title run, and you know, maybe you should give him a really long one. You know, fucking Nigel McGuinness run or Samoa Joe. Well, I think Nigel has the longest one, 600 days or something. I don't think Cole should have one that long, but definitely a lengthy title run. Could you do Feast or Fired, and can you show your teams and factions? Thanks, Gangsters, the true best in the world. Fuck CM Punk and Chris Jericho. Also, what are your thoughts on EY winning the title? Well, we already talked about that. I can show you my teams and factions after this, if I remember. If not, I'll try and do it in the next episode. And yeah, thank you for the kind words. Awesome episode of Universe, best one of this universe so far, in my opinion. Wow, that's some pretty big words. Best, what constitutes like a really good episode? You know, like I've been trying to ask myself that same question. Like, what do I consider a good episode? Is it one that has good matches? Is it, you know, one where a lot of shit fucks up and I get angry? Is it, you know, the storylines, cutscenes, the commentary, me answering questions? Like, is it a combination of all the things I mentioned? Like, what? I don't know. It's an interesting question. I think everyone would probably have a different answer, like what makes a good universe video good, but I don't know. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's all that's important. Are you going to watch the Hardys versus the Briscoes on April 26th? Well, sadly it already happened, but I didn't even know they were facing each other, honestly. So if I happen to run into the show or whatever, that I don't even, is it happening on Ring of Honor or just some indie, or I don't know. I'll have to do my research with that, but I haven't heard anything about that match.
This is electric.
Remember the Let's Play for Deadpool, TNA Impact, and Lego Batman? Your universe is the best thing I've been watching for the past 2.5 years. That's a pretty lengthy time. Where you're going is where you're going in the future. I don't know what that says, but I hope your channel is as good as Tubby and Tony Pizza Guy and CM Paul's. Keep up the good work. Hashtag best universe on YouTube. I appreciate that. I plan to do the Deadpool and Lego Batman eventually. TNA Impact I probably will never get to. It's so bad of a game. I just can't put myself through it. It's just so bad. I saw a lot of people talking about Arkham Origins. I didn't want to bring it up because like I've been continuing it, and go check it out if you've missed it or whatever. But I'm continuing with that, and Deadpool. I'm gonna hopefully record some this week, and we'll get some out. Lego Batman 2. I want to finish. I just don't know when. We'll have to wait to find out. But I appreciate it. Gangster, did you create a storyline about 30 seconds? The Cena vs. Rock rap battle at WrestleMania? Well, I didn't. Did I say WrestleMania? I didn't. I don't think I said WrestleMania. But no, I didn't really come up with the storyline. The guy, someone made a comment in the comment section saying, you know, is that whole storyline leading to a whole Nation of Domination thing? And honestly, it wasn't at the time. But the guy made the comment, and I started thinking about it on the spot, and I'm like, I fucking like that idea. You have The Rock, Biggie Langston, Mark Henry, maybe add R-Truth, David Otunga, some of the other guys. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm just like, huh, I kind of like that idea. I like that better than my idea. So, you know, I'm honestly considering a Nation of Domination type stable happening in WWE. We'll have to wait and see if it happens at Judgment Day, but yeah, someone came up with the idea, and then I automatically just thought of it and some ideas for it, and that was one of them that popped in my head, and I liked it. I like it a lot. We honestly might see a Nation of Domination stable happening in WWE. But yeah, you got to thank the guy that put the comment in there, because that was all him, and I branched off his idea. So yeah.
I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. It's been so physical.
Give me 1 second. I'm just. Okay, I don't think we're gonna be doing. Okay, I'm just gonna stick to this comment section because so far we haven't had double comments or comments that didn't appear here or whatever. You should do Minecraft. You know what? I've been thinking about the whole Pixelmon idea, and I might do it. I've really been considering it, but like, I don't know. Like, I was really thinking about the series, and it's like, what would be the end goal? You know, like, what would complete the series? Like, what's the end? Is it like whenever I say, oh yeah, this is the end, I caught whatever? Is it me catching all the Pokemon, which would probably be impossible? Is it me catching a legendary? I don't know. So I kind of want to have like an end goal. Like when I start a series, like a Let's Play, it's like, okay, you're gonna start from the beginning and you're gonna beat it, blah blah blah. And there's really no end goal with like Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. What happened to your Motor City Machine Gun storyline? Nothing. The storyline is. The storyline was Alex Shelley was gonna leave TNA, Chris Sabin's gonna be a singles wrestler, and that's it. And that's what happened. Sadly, I haven't used Chris Sabin as much as I'd like. I haven't used a lot of the X Division guys as much as I'd like, just with the whole World X Cup thing and just, you know, building towards this Daniels versus Six-Pac feud that's going into Genesis. So I haven't used guys like Jay Lethal, Sabin, Low Key, Jack Evans, and a couple other guys. But yeah, the storyline, that's it. You know, there's nothing else that I'm hiding. That's pretty much it. Are you going to do open lobbies again? Yes, I will be. I've actually been thinking about this recently. Ask me again in the next video, and I'll have a date for you. It won't be this weekend because I'm busy, but maybe the weekend after. Ask me again, and I'll have a date for you. So do that. Okay, I'm gonna answer a couple more of these comments, even though like the episode's done. So I'm gonna do like a handful more, or I'll just try and whatever. What do you think about WWE SummerSlam plans for Reigns versus Triple H? Also, apparently at WrestleMania it's meant to be Cesaro versus Lesnar. SummerSlam's whatever. I think the only big match going into that right now is Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Other than that, it's like whatever. And Cesaro versus Lesnar at WrestleMania, that'll be a good match. That'll be a match that could make or break Antonio Cesaro. I think it more make than break, because like it'll show that he's tough, and he could take a beating from Lesnar, and he might even beat him. The World X Cup, I think it would be better if it's a TLC match. Save the Elimination Chamber match for something bigger, like a WWE title match or something. There's something strange about Bray Wyatt. When you play him with him in a big match, you always lose. Yeah, I do. I can't wait for Judgment Day where I lose it against The Undertaker. I kind of hate the NWO in this game. I don't see them as they were in WCW in real life. Maybe after the next pay-per-view they will be. Hashtag Best Universe on YouTube. Can you? I don't think you can do 6-man TLC matches. I'll check, but yeah, there's very limited matches that you can do with 6 people at the same time. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, I want to start my own channel. I want your advice on what to do and what to buy. Do whatever games that you like to play and what to buy. Don't buy a Hapag HD PVR. It's a giant piece of shit. I'd recommend the Elgato gaming capture card. I personally don't have one, but I haven't heard anything bad. And when I get the money, I'd probably invest in one. But Hapag HD PVR has been nothing but a pain in my ass for a long time, so don't buy that. I'm going to read 3 more. For Feast or Fire, just do 5 different ladder matches, dedicate an entire pay-per-view to it, and put the 5 winners' names down. Draw names to decide who gets what case. I think it could be really interesting. I wouldn't dedicate a whole pay-per-view, maybe an entire TNA show. And I don't know. That'd be weird, because it's like, okay, we have 5 different ladder matches, but like, do we change the participants each time? Like, okay, we have 6 guys in the first ladder match, 1 guy wins it, so what about the other 5 guys? Do they go in the next ladder match, or... Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really think a Feast or Fire match could really work well with what's in this game. Who's your favorite member of the Shields? Probably Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins. Definitely be one of them. What's that? I'd read 2 more, but fuck it, I'll read a couple more. I would like to see Undertaker vs. Sting, but it wouldn't have the same awesome feeling. It would still be awesome, but not as awesome if the streak was on the line. What are your opinions on TNA? We kind of talked about that. How do you feel about Jeff Jarrett's new promotion, Global Force Wrestling? Keep up the great work, gangster. His new promotion? I don't really like the name. I don't like Force in there. I just think it sounds kind of wacky. I don't know. We'll have to wait to see who's actually a part of the promotion. But as of right now, it's another company for guys to work for. And, there hasn't been very many details released on it. So we'll just have to wait and see what things pop up. But they need to sign a couple big names to get some hype going on for that promotion. Alright, that's going to be it for the comments. I apologize, couldn't get to everybody's comments. I will make it up in the next episode, though. And speaking of the next episode, that actually brings me to the next topic, the pay-per-views. So, of course, the next 3 videos that are going to be happening are WWE Judgment Day, ECW Guilty as Charged, and TNA Genesis. So let's actually go through those pay-per-views real quick. Of course, our next video is going to be WWE Judgment Day, and the pay-per-view card looks pretty good. Let's go through real quick. First, we got Shawn Michaels taking on Jeff Hardy in a one-on-one match. Next, we got Luke Harper and Eric Rowan taking on Sting and Abyss. After that, we're going to have Fandango taking on Shane McMahon for the Hardcore title. Excuse me. Next, we have Show-Miz taking on Chris Jericho and a mystery opponent. We'll have to wait and see who that is. Then after that, we're going to have Undertaker taking on Bray Wyatt one-on-one. Then we have The Rock and John Cena, aka the People's Champs, taking on the world's strongest tag team of Biggie Langston versus Mark Henry, not versus Mark Henry. And then we have 3 big title matches. Edge will be taking on Randy Orton for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Then we have the Hellraisers challenging Santoshi for the WWE Tag Team titles. And of course, our main event, Triple H versus Ryback for the WWE title. I'm not going to go through the other pay-per-views. I'm going to go through them like after Judgment Day is done. I will go through the ECW pay-per-view. So yeah, look for that there. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Look forward to Judgment Day and Guilty as Charged and Genesis. And yeah, so that's going to be it for the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch us next time. Until then, guys, peace out.